Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Sonja, and in this video I just took all of my winter decorate with me videos from this year and combined them into one long marathon to give you tons of cozy decorating ideas and inspirations for the months ahead. I love watching these type of videos and you guys seem to enjoy them too, so I hope you enjoyed this one as well. So here is what my front porch looks like, which I'm sure you've seen it if you are a long-time follower. So I'm going to remove any items that kind of remind me of Christmas, and I'm gonna replace them with more of a wintry items. As you can see, it's snowing, so I did put my camera on that side to record all this. So I'm not quite ready to put any Valentine's Day out yet, so I want to keep it more in a wintry theme. So like I said, I'm going to start off removing some of the Christmas items like the sign, the little pillow, and then also both of my garlands, the garland and both of my wreaths. And then I'm also going to be removing the berries. Now I'm lucky because it has been quite mild outside, so the pods aren't frozen, but sometimes that is not possible to remove those berries. In the last few years I have been, but I remember prior years where that thing was so frozen. And if this was the way it was around Christmas, if the weather was, I probably would not be removing these berries, and I would probably be trying to figure out a way to make them look more wintry rather than Christmassy. But as you can see, I'm only wearing a sweater because it is fairly that mild outside. I think it was hovering around 2 degrees. Now I am also removed them from the other pod, but I forgot to lift up the camera to show you that. So I know for some people 2 degrees might be too cold without a coat, but for me it felt really comfortable. So I went inside and I brought out all of my decor, and now I'm going to add some of the accents. So I like using these wreaths because they're so simple and just white, and I think it's great for white winter decor. These would look really good as well if you added some heart accents to it, something more of a vintage, in my opinion, vintage hearts onto it somehow, or closer to Valentine's instead of actually replacing a whole wreath for Valentine's. I don't have a wreath for Valentine's Day. I might DIY one. If I find one that I like, I might buy it. I don't go overboard for Valentine's. I just add few touches here and there. My kids are too big for it. I guess they're too big for Halloween too, but Valentine's just wasn't one of those occasions that I really decorated. So I went ahead and I layered this mat because I felt like on its own it was too small, and then I went and I got the black mat that I had and another sisal mat or jute mat, or I don't even know what these guys are called, and I ended up layering it. And I think that looked better. It was a little bit damaged, but the side that was damaged I did end up putting right under the doorstep, so you couldn't really see it. I also decided at this time to put up this hot cocoa sign here. This used to be in my hot cocoa station previous years, but this year I had no spot for it, so I just kind of leaned it against the window in the kitchen and I left it there. But I think it looks really good here, and I know that for some people this is Christmassy, but to me, we drink hot cocoa in winter. I'm actually going to have to go get some because I did run out, and I know that when my nephews come in, they're going to see the sign and they'll want some hot cocoa. So if my sister's watching and the boys are watching, I will have hot cocoa next time you guys come over. I also am using this home sign. I have this garland that I picked up at Dollarama, and I always just used it as a wreath, so I was just reassembling it a little bit better, so forming a bit of a better circle on it. And I think this just adds a little touch of greenery to the home sign. This was my last year's DIY over on my DIY channel, and I actually shared all of my favorite winter DIYs just last week. If you want to head on over and check out all the little decor that I created for my DIY for my winter decorating. So and it just says snowballs 50 cents each, and I put some logs in here just to weigh it down because this corner does get quite windy. And then I picked up some snowballs at Dollarama. They had them, they're like felt snowballs, but I also had some styrofoam balls in there, so I put those on the bottom, and then I just added the other ones on top. They are less likely to fly away. And then to spruce up these pots, I am adding the little snowflakes. I got 2 of those snowflakes from a friend of mine, and then the one in the smaller pot I had on hand. So this is it. I do love how it turned out. I think it's the right amount of wintry feel on there without the front porch looking boring and overdone. So I like to have something here because spring is still far away before we can actually do anything. These pots will freeze and probably stay frozen till April. So I like to have something here. After winter, I might remove the snowflakes and add maybe even some hearts, wooden hearts. This idea just came to my mind. And then maybe even swap out the mat for Valentine's and then Easter. And so I just like to have something on this front porch so it's more welcoming. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys decorate your front porch for different seasons. If you do, let me know if you do the winter, and I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Bye. Living room, and as if you've been watching along, you know that I have cleaned everything up, and there's a whole separate video on that where I took down Christmas decor and deep cleaned my house, so that way I have a clean slate to start with. I am hanging up this home sign here, and I will be trying a couple different wreaths. I will start with one but end with the other one. I also want to mention that today's video is a part of a hop that is hosted by Nicole from Nicole North Garden Home and Garden. And the way hop works, it's if you're familiar with bloggers hop, this is pretty much it. I will have a link to a next person for you to hop on over, as well as Nicole's link will be down below, but I will label them correctly. And then once you are finished watching that person's video, she will have a hop link for you to hop on to next video, and so on, and eventually you will make it back to me. So we are here to give you a ton of winter decorating inspiration. So I am adding this pot here. Typically this is where I have this pot, but because I had the Christmas tree here, I had this big pot in the basement, so I brought it back up and I'm adding these sticks. And all in my head while I was adding these sticks, I'm thinking of these TikTok videos of dogs complaining about their moms bringing in a whole tree when they can, but meanwhile they can bring a stick. And I'm sure my dogs were thinking what on earth I was doing with all these sticks, and they can't bring any in. Just a little fun thing that was going through my head. Now you know how my mind works while I'm recording these videos. So I think this looks perfect, not too cluttery, just enough decor to welcome you in. And now I'm going to move on to my little entryway table. And I had purchased this basket at HomeSense. This was one of my new purchases with my Christmas gift cards that I got. I had shared a little haul in a couple videos back. I can link that video up in a corner to see what I bought. I really did not buy that much, just a few things that I felt like I needed. And I'm adding this blanket because just like last time I was decorating, when I first started decorating this space, this was kind of a theme, the color theme that I was going for that is in this blanket. So I tried to carry those colors throughout my house.
I'm not hiding anything. I think you know me too well. I'm always coming up short on words. You should know that by now. We've been down this road, so I'm not sure what you think you heard.
And to fill up the basket, I am just using some pillows, just decorative pillows. One is buffalo check, and the other one is just a kind of a beigeish color pillow. It almost looks like a drop cloth pillow or canvasy style pillow. And then I'm going to add a couple decor pieces now. This one was trial and error. I play around with it a little bit and to see what I like here and what I don't like here. This is a new piece for me, and I only have ever decorated twice. Well, I guess including fall decor 3 times. So I'm still trying to figure out what works here, what not. This lantern is also a new lantern that I purchased at the same time when I purchased that basket.
So just give me a chance. Look into my eyes. I can show you what I have to say. If you still can't decide, if you still think I'm lying,
whenever I decorate for winter, I always try to make it very cozy, to feel very cozy. So there's a lot of blankets, pillows, and then I also like to add a lot of natural touches, like lots of greenery, some wood elements, and then any colors that you would kind of find in nature, like stone. And then I sprinkle in a little bit of black and a little bit of galvanized because I just have all that stuff in the house anyways, so I tried to tie it all in.
If my eyes can't convince you that I'm still in love since you first took my hand on that sweet summer night, and if your heart cannot trust me, then I say this must be the start of us saying goodbye.
I decided to add this dried lavender here on a tray. I had thrifted that tray a while back, and then the lavender, some of it is from my garden, but some I did buy just to create a decent size bunch. And this just makes the home smell so welcoming when you first enter. And I just love how simple it is with lots of, like, it just gives me that cozy feeling.
Know if I can get through to you. Your eyes keep wandering away. If you made up your mind to leave this behind, then I can't force you to stay.
Now we are moving over to my living room. This is my formal living room, and I'm going to start with adding some pillows and blankets to cozy up this love seat or sofa. It's not a love seat, it's a sofa.
I can't convince you that I'm still in love since you first took my hand on that sweet summer night, and if your heart cannot trust me, then I say this must be the start of us saying goodbye. If my eyes can't convince you that
I'm not sure if this pillow is called lumbar pillow, but I'm going to call it a lumbar pillow, and it's kind of has the same design on it as the blanket, so I'm kind of carrying the same style of color and texture in this room as well.
Turn the tide, let the water go where it wants to go. You can run and hide, you can bury yourself beneath the stones.
Over in this corner, I decided to keep this snowman wax melt because I am decorating for winter, and I thought it would be cute to have a little snowman here until I'm ready to swap it out for my spring one. And I'm going to add my buddy over here because he is not allowed to leave this room. This was his favorite room to hang out, to sleep in. And so we decided that this is where he needs to stay. And now I'm going to move on to my fireplace, and I always struggle with fireplaces. I absolutely love fireplaces. I love how other people decorate them, but for me, this has to be one of the hardest things to decorate. So I had gotten these, I think are they called banana leaves? Last year, or at the beginning of this year, at a local store called Dublin Mercantile, and I just love the way that looks. I actually want to get maybe a bigger fake plant with banana leaves in it. I just think it adds so much nice color, and it kind of adds another level of texture into the room. And since I'm not very good at keeping live plants alive, I think adding a fall one will be probably the best choice for me. This cross, I think, fits perfectly in this room. It adds another layer of texture with wood, and we got that at Hobby Lobby a couple of years back when we crossed the border to go shopping. I'm going to swap out the greens here with some cedar branches just to keep it up with the winter theme. And the candelabras that are over here in the corner are actually a DIY project that I DIY'd over on my DIY channel. They're actually dollar store candle holders that I put together, and then I painted them. You can find a link to my DIY channel and all the other channels that I have in the description box.
Somebody told me don't pretend, 'cause everyone could use a friend sometimes. Take some good advice. Don't let your fear decide. That's how.
So this year I'm going with something a little different on my table. For past few years I've always had that galvanized truck here with different things in it, but I thought I'd change it up, and I included this twine ball, I think like wood twine, or I don't even know what that's called, and some vase with some pampas grass and my candelabra, just to tie in all those wood elements that I have going on throughout the house. Over on this side table, I always like to keep some family photos, so I got a picture of my kids here and my father-in-law, who passed away several years back. And then I'm just going to add my diffuser here because I like to have it on for extra nice smelling house. So kind of I have one here and then one at the other end of the main floor, so that way I need two of them to clean my air, I guess I should say.
You break inside, you don't need to worry. Somebody's waiting down the line. You pick up the pieces, hey, you'll be alright. I can feel the sun and how the wind makes way across the fields. a breath. Let me be a part of something real. Someone said it's better when you hold on to a helping hand. Sometimes we could all use a friend.
So if you guys are stopping by for the very first time, if you're stopping by from the hop, welcome. I'm so glad that you decided to stop by. I would love it if you considered subscribing, pressing the notification bell so you don't miss out any of my future uploads. I think I have a few more videos in the Decorate With Me series for the winter decor before we switch gears and start organizing and decluttering this house. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out Nicole's link down below, Nicole's channel, which is link is down below, as well as the hop to your next channel. Next video is in the description box as well. I want to thank Nicole for hosting this collab. I do love it. I love participating in it. And I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.
The pieces, hey, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. Laying down the line.
A nice wintry feel. So let's get started.
Maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that could be my great love.
Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sonja, and today we're working on my dining room. We're going to be adding some wintry touches. I have added some of the decor that I'm thinking about using on the table. And I just wanted to kind of have it all laid out and trying to figure out what's gonna go where. I think by now most people have taken their Christmas decor down, and I just wanted to know, do you put your house back the way it was before Christmas? Do you try something new? I like to put most of the stuff back, but just add some wintry touches that I can replace maybe when Valentine's Day comes, and it's also a little bit easier to modify it for spring and Easter. I am home all the time. I work from home. I don't go out very much, travel or anything like that, so I always like to have my house feel as nice and homey as possible, and decorating it makes me happy, so I like to redecorate it for seasons. This is a first time I'm decorating for winter since we had renovated it, because we renovated the main floor through the summer. If you want to see what my house looked like before, I will link I had shared a full marathon Decorate With Me video earlier. I think it was actually at the end of December, right after Christmas, to kind of give you some early ideas on decorating. So I will link it in a corner so you can check it out if you want to see what the house looked like before the renovations and how I decorated it and what it looks like now. I am continuing with the same theme, lots of earthy tones with wood, greenery, and then adding some black and stone-like touches. I also add a little bit of galvanized stuff, just a little bit. I think it ties in the kitchen well with all the stainless steel that's in it, so I kind of wanted to add a touch here and touch there. The china that's on this china cabinet is a fine china that I had gotten from my husband's grandmother. Well, we had gotten it when we got married, and it is Mikasa Palatia Platinum, and I absolutely love how it looks against the black shelf. I think it just pops. It has a touch of silver around, and I think it just looks so good. And then when you add pops of green and a little bit of a brownish texture, like wood texture, it just, I don't know, I just love the way that looks.
Right in front of me, I didn't realize you were my dream, so you took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be, and now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like, oh yeah, when I give you every part of me, I can't believe this is reality, and now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like, oh yeah.
I am still enjoying using the pine branches as well as cedar branches in my decor, and so I think I'm gonna keep these until Valentine's Day, and then maybe I'll swap them out for some Valentine's greenery.
I'm just curious, when did you know you had feelings for me? Maybe somehow we've always known that we have chemistry, but always chasing after someone else. So this took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be, and now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like, oh yeah, when I give you every part of me, I can't believe this is real.
I had filled the cloche up with some potpourri. I actually had this very nutty looking potpourri. I got it years ago and I just kept it, and I have been actually using for my winter decor for several years now. I just love the way it looks, and I think it looks really, really nice in this cloche.
And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like, oh yeah. Even in my wildest dreams, even in my wildest dreams. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be, and now you're laying next to.
Now I'm going to move on to my tea card. I had upcycled this tea card several times, and I think this is by far my favorite. I added black paint with a touch of gold gilding wax on just some knobs and handles, and I think it looks perfect in this space. And I do apologize for noise in the background. Every time I try and do a voiceover, my dogs decide to kill each other.
Everything feels like, oh yeah, when I give you every part of me, I can't believe this is reality, and now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like, oh
I just love how this tea card looks with lots of different pops of color, and it just looks so elegant in my opinion. Now I'm going to move on to my table. I need to give it a bit of a wipe down since all the decor is off of it, and I'm using a method wood polish to clean it up.
I'm not hiding anything. I think you.
The table runner that I'm adding is from HomeSense. I had bought it last year for my winter decor, and I just love it. And it ties in the pillow that's in the living room. It kind of almost looks the same as the pillow, and I just love this. I also have a blanket in a front hallway that's kind of very similar to that style as well. So it's kind of following through with the same kind of fabric throughout.
Know me too well. I'm always coming up short on words. You should know that by now. We've been down this road.
I had talked about this dough bowl in my previous video when I did my kind of decor haul thing, shared it. I think that was 2 videos ago. I can link it in a corner, and I talked about that I overpaid for it, but at the time I couldn't find one that I really loved except this one. Now you can find them all over HomeSense, but last year at this time I couldn't find any, so I had bought it with this candle in it. The candle smells pretty good. I was able to pick my own scent. And I absolutely love it, but I just wish I didn't pay as much as I did, but oh well. And even though I love the look of pampas grass, it is so finicky and it makes so much mess that I don't know if it's worth the trouble. Well, this concludes my dining room makeover, winter decor makeover. Let me know what you guys think. I absolutely love the way it turned out. I am so happy with the way that hutch looks. And so let me know which part of it was your favorite, if you like the way the hutch looks, or just let me know that you're stopping by and watching my video. It means a lot to me when you guys leave me comments letting me know what you think. So until next time, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching.
So I'm not sure what you think you heard. Just give me a chance.
Lots of different pillows and blankets during this time of the year, just to make it feel so cozy, especially since the winter months here in Canada are so long. So welcome to my channel. My name is Sonja, and like I said before, today we're working on my family room. I have done all of the cleaning prior to decorating. I have a completely separate video on that, which I will link it up in the sky if you want to check that out, where I took all of my Christmas decor down and decorated and deep cleaned my house. This room doesn't have a lot of areas for decorating, but that doesn't mean that we can make it look nice and cozy. I had picked up some new pillows that I wanted to add that have black stripes, and they're almost like a canvasy style pillows. I thought that would look really nice to go with the Sherpa pillows that I have, and then the little black accents will complement the fireplace. I think having this type of material with the Sherpa pillows, all the different textures, is what makes it nice and cozy. And then I also have a really nice soft blanket draped over the couch, which just adds to that whole coziness. Let me know down below, guys, are your winters long where you're from that you're watching this video? How are the winters where you are living? Here, I feel like we haven't had a true winter yet. We had quite the snowstorm just before around Christmas time, but prior to that, it was very mild. Then we had the snowstorm, and then it turned into super mild weather. And now it's just, I feel like it's starting with the cold weather. I just hope it doesn't last all the way till end of April, because sometimes it does last all the way till end of April. If you've been around on this channel for a while, this is the same coffee table that I've had before. I just gave it a little upcycle through the summer. I have that video on my DIY channel if you want to check it out. This just goes so much better with the new look that my family room has, the new style. So the gray and white coffee table, that the color that this was, it just wasn't matching anymore. I'm still on a hunt for a perfect round table that I want to put in between the two sofas, the side table, but I haven't found one yet. So this vase I just picked up. I had shared my haul earlier. I will link it up in the sky if you want to see it. But this came from HomeSense, and I am just adding some cedar branches in it because I'm continuing with that winter look. And then I am adding a candle. It is a Mickey candle that came from Disney World with some boxwood, and the books that I'm using are just books that I had on hand, and I wrapped them in a craft paper just so they look a little bit more vintagey. That's also a DIY on my DIY channel. And here is that side table that I was talking about. Currently have the same side table that was here. You can't really see it, so it's okay. But I do want to add something almost like a pedestal table here, something taller, and I think round would be good. And I would like to maybe paint it in black. What do you guys think? If you have any ideas what I should put in this corner, I would love to know. These lamps I got for Mother's Day. I always say I got them from Duke and Frank, which are my dogs. But I picked them up at HomeSense. And I am not quite sure what is that on my butt that's showing over here. So sorry that I'm showing you my behind. I must have sat in something. I'm swapping out the basket that I had here. I had the black and white 31 basket that I kept all of my dog toys. I took them upstairs to wash, but I'm going to put them into this basket. I think that'll just look a little bit better. And then over on this corner, I had moved the lamp back. It used to be on the opposite corner because the Christmas tree was here, but I had moved it back. And I think it just looks so much better here. And then to hide some of the cords, I am putting my DIY pepper plant here. I think that just looks good. And the nice wicker basket just adds extra coziness and texture to the room. And then I was trying to figure out which pillow to add to this sofa. To this chair. I was going to go with my nice white pillow that I have. It's soft, but it has a bit of a sparkle in it. But I didn't love the way that looked. So I ended up getting my sweater pillowcase that I have and added that. I think that was exactly what this chair needed, in my opinion. So this completed this room. Like I said, there isn't a lot of decorating spaces in this room because I can't decorate the fireplace because of the TV. but I think it has the right amount for all the stuff that it has in it. Yeah, what do you guys think? Like I said, I don't think I do think that I couldn't possibly add something into that corner and move the bed up a little bit, but these beds take up so much space, but dogs love them, so they have to stay here. I'm also going to take you along and decorate, just swap up some decor over in my powder room. So here is the powder room. It has lots of black and gold with some wood colors in here. So I wanted to swap out this wooden box, which I absolutely love, and I think it goes quite well here, but I wanted to add a little bit, soften up the space a little bit. So I had thrifted this basket just a couple months ago, and I thought it would be perfect here. And I'm just going to, I like to keep an extra toilet paper here, and then I'm just going to add that vase back in with some boxwood. This powder room is quite small, so it's hard to put a camera in here, so I figured if I hold it, it might be the best way to show you the transformation or the swap. And then over here in the corner, I am going to add this gold candelabra, the candlestick or candle holder. I had thrifted that as well, and I'm going to go and see if I can find a fat enough candle to go on top, but for now I'm just putting this little flower pot in here. So this completes my little refresh that I did for these rooms, and make sure you tune in, because tomorrow is the next video that I'm putting out will be my home tour, and I can't wait to share everything with you. I have swapped out a couple things from when I decorated them to what they look now, so I hope that you guys enjoy it. And don't forget to hit on refreshing my kitchen after Christmas. I know this looks different for everyone, but for me, I like to take one day to take down all of my Christmas decor, organize it, and put it away, and then 1 or 2 days to give my house a big deep clean. I have already shared a video where I take everything down and deep clean the house, and in case if you missed it, I will link it in the corner. I have also refreshed my front porch since we have been having such warm weather, and I was able to pull some of my decor out and swap it out for winter decor. Now I'm slowly starting to add some decor inside my house that will carry me through the winter season. I love adding tons of greenery to brighten up the space, as well as lots of earthy tones like wood, as well as some stone and lots of black decor. I just had few things that I wanted to clean up before I started with my decorating. One of them was wiping down my stove. There's nothing worse than having a dirty stove. And then I'm also using my Norwex paste to clean my sink. This has been such a great product to use on this sink. My sink is cast iron enameled, so it gets tends to yellow a little bit and has scuffs, and this stuff takes everything right off. And I just use a Spirit sponge, which is from Norwex as well, and just add the paste, scrub everything down, rinse it off, and that's it. And I use it also on the little trays that go inside the sink as well. First thing that I'm going to be decorating is my coffee bar station and my floating shelves. Now this needed a little bit of cleaning as well because someone spilled coffee beans behind it, and then the water got a little bit on it, and then the coffee beans stained the stone, so I had to clean that up. So you can see lots of mess. So I just gather everything off, and then I will be using some Vim with bleach to get the stains off of this stone. That's something that the people that were installing my stone recommended for scuffs and stains, to use that, not to deep clean, like do a daily cleaning with it, only when you absolutely need to get that stuff off. Coffee is very hard to take off. It stains so bad. So I spread it out, kind of rub it in a little bit, and then I let it sit. And while that's sitting, I'm going to dust my shelves and also clean my light because the glass I saw was a little bit too dusty. So once that was all cleaned up, I just take another rag and try and get everything off. Try to take off all the scuffs and stains, and then I use a clean wet paper towel to wipe off any of the Vim that was left over on there. And then I also go ahead and then clean it one more time with a damp cloth, and then I use a stone cleaner just to kind of polish it off. Once it was all nice and clean, I added my coffee maker back in. The coffee maker that I have is a DeLonghi espresso machine, Dynamica. It makes just a regular cup of coffee as well, and it also makes cold brews and just all sorts of lattes and espressos and cappuccinos and all that fun stuff. But we wanted one that actually made just a normal cup of coffee, since that is something that we drink all the time. And then I'm going to add my riser that I DIY'd a while back with some spoons and also a little bit of greenery just to add a touch of color, and my vanilla sugar-free syrup. Very simple for this season, nothing too fancy, because we're pretty much gonna be drinking coffee and maybe the odd time hot chocolate, so I didn't want it to add anything else on there. And now I'm going to style these shelves using all the things that I had mentioned, lots of texture, different texture, and lots of greenery.
I pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night. You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like. You're smiling, but there's something missing in your eyes. Girl, I can tell that you have something on your mind, but I will make you.
I think this turned out so pretty. It's not overly cluttered. It's just enough decor.
Get all your sorrows, let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink just with.
Now I'm going to move into this corner. I am loving having my stand-up mixer here, so I'm going to be keeping it here until I get sick of it. And we also had just purchased an Alexa. I wanted a speaker that I could play my music on without being interrupted if somebody messages me or phones me. So Alexa plays all my playlists, and I just like having it in a kitchen when I'm working, cooking, cleaning, or whatnot. Some people love to have iPads. I have a TV right there behind me, so having just an Alexa with some music was perfect. I am adding just a nice rag that kind of goes on it's a kitchen towel, not a rag, that goes well with the rest of the home's decor. The coloring is perfect, and then I just added a rolling pin. I think that just looks so good, and it adds all that extra texture. And then I'm also going to be adding some greenery, from some cedar greenery, just to keep up with that wintry theme. Now the opposite corner, it took me a little while to figure out lots of changing stuff around until I had achieved the look that I was going for.
All your problems will fade if you're ready for a good time. Count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you? Wanna see you smile. Where's that happy girl that I know with a heart on fire? I'll do anything to make it fine, but I can tell that you have something on your mind right now. But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax. All your problems will fade if you're ready for a good time. Count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes. We are all about the good times. Dancing till it feels alright, all night. We're all about the good vibes, all about the good vibes. I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax. All your problems will fade if you're ready for a good time. Count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. Let's have a drink, just relax. All your problems will fade if you're ready for a good time. Count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the...
Now I think I finally got it. I think it's finally how I wanted it to be.
Good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes. We are all...
Being that my sink is in my island, I didn't want to have just ugly soap dispenser sitting on top of the sink, so I had purchased these over on Amazon. It was a set with a whole bunch of different bottles, some with squirt bottles and some with the pump bottles. So I have one for dish soap and one for hand soap, and I just have the same riser as in the coffee station, and I like putting it on there. I think that looks perfect. Now I thought I wanted to use this large cutting board, but it turns out it was a little too big, which you will see in just a minute. I wanted to add a little bit of greenery and not too much decor, just to break up the width of the island with a little bit of decor, add some color and texture to it, but I did find that this is a little too big. Now what I end up using I think is a bit too small. I have some other piece in mind. I just have to finish DIYing it. So you might just have to stay tuned to the home tour to see how that, what I end up using here. Because you'll see the other board that I'm going to be using is a small cheese board. And I just think it's just a touch too small. But we'll see. I have something in mind for DIYing, so I will try and get that done before the home tour comes up. There's a sticker on that mortar. I did end up washing it off and scraping it off after I was done decorating, because you could see it on the other side. So this is completes my kitchen decorate with me. I am very, very happy with the way it turned out. It is bright and cheery and very inviting to cook. There's lots of space still for prep. Nothing is cluttering counters too much, which is what we like. So if you had enjoyed this video, I hope you give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and you also want to hit that notification bell so you get notified when my future uploads are. I have several more decorating videos coming your way, so make sure that bell is on. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.
Maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that could be my great love. Right in front of me, I didn't realize you were my dream, so you took me by surprise. Oh yeah.